IRX 17 game exhibit number 2. 5 more games for us to talk about. 5 more awesome devs full of talent and creativity to show off for you. The first one we're going to be talking about is called Epic Manager by Mana Void. Here we go. So that is Epic Manager, Create Your Own Adventuring Agency by Mana Void. I will say that I know there's some stuff towards the bottom of the video that you weren't able to see because of the overlay. No matter what we do with the overlay, there's hard stuff to see. I'll try and point it out to you as a video replays. But this is a really cool idea. It takes those management games like Football Manager and Out of the Park Baseball and stuff like that, and adds and puts it into an like a fantasy type thing. So it's become an adventuring tycoon on the bottom. 16 unique character classes, so there's a lot of customization, and you can build your parties that way. You recruit them, negotiate and sign new recruits. So yeah, you.
This is
Go ahead.
this is going to be one of those games because you really like the sim management type.
Oh yeah.
And
Procedurally generated, by the way, including the heroes and loot that you come across and recruit every time. So there's all kinds of combinations that you can do.
it looks like tons of fun. It really does. I am not the biggest fan of the sim management group, but I think that there's enough other aspects to this that I would definitely keep me entertained, because I like figuring out the mechanics behind things. I like digging in and finding optimizations. I just don't like it's I don't know.
There's like a D&D kind of feel to the narrative,
Yeah.
and some of the mechanics too. And it's turn based with permadeath, is what it's saying.
Oh no!
So if one of your adventurers dies, you gotta replace them because they're done. So hopefully you won't get attached. And you can like upgrade your agency so you can reach and get new quests and new heroes. You can recruit better people. You have to manage political relations, hire like support staff, handle your inventory. You get like merchants to help you do that. Random world events. There's like rankings. There are other agencies that you have to compete against, and actually that's part of the thing is that in the very beginning there's like a draft, like like a football draft, like a sports draft, except instead of sports it's managers, or not managers. It's
Heroes.
Heroes is what I'm trying to say. So that's pretty much all the stuff that was down at the bottom there that I was pointing out. But
I really like the music for this. Now it might just be their trailer music, but damn, it's good.
I had a lot of fun playing this, and you're right. It definitely goes. I mean, there are some people that just don't like these kind of like micromanaging kind of things, but this really falls into my wheelhouse of things I like to do. I love micromanaging games. I love the power, and I like the fact that you can, like, part of the D&D feel of it is like you can respond to different situations there, with multiple choices that it gives you. I like that kind of thing too, where I can determine an outcome based on me, how
Right.
I would do things. So I really appreciate that. Like, are there I know you don't like the sim management, but what parts of this specifically would you, as someone who's not a fan who might be willing to try it, what part would attract you?
Honestly, it's kind of like I don't know. It's the same issue that I have with like, say, XCOM, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I love the turn base. I love the kind of setting up the general ideas to what I'm going to focus on. I really dislike the nitty gritty management aspect where it's like, okay, I've got to decide.
So you're into this
I,
part where it's like the battling and setting
yeah,
up a strategy, but not so much the back end where you're like, all right, I got to recruit these people,
I
level
gotta
them up.
build. Yeah, I've got to build my economy in such a way that I'll be able to support this. I do like the fact that despite it being one of those sim management games, it seems to kind of limit that kind of thing down to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not over. It doesn't appear to be overwhelming. It just seems to be kind of present and no, I'm definitely willing to give it a shot. It looks like a lot of fun, and it's right up my alley. Like I said, I'm playing D&D again for the first time in forever, and this definitely twidges that itch for me.
Well, you know what else? Twidges an itch, whatever that means.
I don't know what it means either.
Our next game, called Ginger Roll from RF Media. So short gameplay video there, but that is Ginger Roll. It is a mobile game. You can buy it Android, iPhone, or on Amazon. It's an endless runner kind of game. It actually reminds me of Temple Run mixed with what is that game? It's like Marble. It was like on Xbox Live. It was like a marble rolling game, but you had to like control the marble and like go through the course, ramping off of things and that sort of stuff. But it reminds me of a mixture of those two. So it's like a physics-based thing plus an endless runner, is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. So different variety in levels and
Yep.
and power-ups and things like that you can collect on, and of course obstacles. So it's pretty. The thing that I think that kind of makes it stand out is what I said, is that it mixes not only endless runner but also the physics. I think that's probably the biggest thing that makes it stand out from other endless runners. What was your favorite thing about it?
Honestly, I like the music. Again, this is one of those games where like I see it, I myself becoming addicted to it. I know that Binary would definitely be addicted to that, but I don't know. Part of the problem that I have with that one is that a lot of the obstacles seem to blend in with the track.
Oh, with your
For
color
me,
blindness, maybe.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that would that's a minor thing for me. But no, and it again, it's a lot of fun. It looks like a quick and simple, and I mean quick to pick up,
Yeah, quick and simple
simple to
game
play.
called a bus stop game. You know, a time killer where since you're
Ooh, I
playing it
like
on
that.
mobile, you know, you can just pick it up and pass the time if you need to, on top of supporting an indie dev. So I would definitely suggest going to pick it up on whatever platform that you use for phone, or Amazon for those of you who like that sort of thing. So that one's a little bit shorter just because it's a pretty simple game, but the next game is not so simple, if you get what I'm saying. That is BadPad by Vishay. Hopefully I pronounce this right. Vishay Mizrav. I don't know. Does that sound right to you? Hopefully. Well, let's go look at their trailer.
Or Headbang Games.
Sure.
Jump, jump, jump! Avoid deadly traps. Jump some more. Then die. Underground freestyle karting. Die again. Underwater exploration. Die once more. This looks fun. Puzzle solving. Jump in the dark, jump on some bricks, explode into a shower of blood. Gravity changes. Crazy boss fights. That's just the name of the game. Get the crate, get the crate, get the crate, get the crate! This game is brought to you by XPads, the virtual pad that virtually does nothing. Now in your local stores for only $99.99.
So that is BadPad by Headbang Games. The name I found was, or that was given to me, was Avishai Mizrav. So that was a good trailer.
I like that trailer. So this game is it's evocative to me of like Super Meat Boy meets I Want to Be the Guy. Like it seems to have that same kind of difficulty plus humor, and I'm it looks like so much fun. I really want it.
It seems like Super Meat Boy inspired, but with expansive levels and more mechanics.
Yeah,
is what it seems to me, which is not a bad thing. Also, a game that's probably going to piss you off a lot, but I really appreciate the humor, so at least that kind of hopefully evens it out.
Helps mitigate it.
when you go to like punch your computer in the face. So, platformer with various mechanics where you have to like use gravity or switches. You have to get crates, things like that. Obviously, avoid the enemies other than just getting to and from various things. So it's not just like stationary traps that you're avoiding, but also things getting fired at you. Pretty difficult, I gotta say. So, yeah, what was your favorite thing?
Honestly, it's going to be the challenge on this one. I think
not $99.99. I'm going to point that out there. It's not.
It's not $99.99.
No, it's not $99.99. I just want to make sure that people know that for sure. So they're like, "Fuck that."
It's the challenge on this looks like it, and this looks like it's going to do the bit for me that while I'm waiting for Boss 101. I don't know. I love the Super Meat Boy game, and this seems to match there. I love the puzzle platformer types, so it works there.
You mentioned Boss 101 actually, and it just makes me think about it, and the fact that I'm impressed with how much they put into this game, because they could have easily just gone with standard platformer, and they put in everything. They put in a bunch of different mechanics, including puzzles, by the way, because that's part of like the switches you have to figure out. Not only do you have to dodge everything like a platform, but you have to figure out how to progress outside of avoiding things. But I also put in things like a mini game. You saw like that asteroids type mini game that you can play. So one thing I would say, I know there's a lot of like resource issues when you're an indie dev, time and energy and money, but if you can put in as much little details as possible. There's a difference between putting it on a grand scope and adding little things here and there, like a mini game, like an extra mechanic. Even something as simple as the humor in this game is something I would consider an added detail, when they could have just made it just a simple platformer. So,
right.
Sorry.
No worries. No, I really, I want to play this game. I want to
do it then.
Play it. Sorry, I'm streaming all day today.
Let me find.
Now,
I'm trying to look it up right now on Steam.
If you guys do want, Josh is going to be able to play this during our live gameplay segment next hour.
As with Epic Manager and other games. Don't want to diss them. There we go. BadPad is on Steam. Early access, I will say. It's been in early access since January 6th to be exact. So they've been working on it. They're currently in 0.541 beta. So I would say, they're probably not too far away from a full release. There is a demo that you can play, again, on Steam. I don't know if you have the links on you, but if you could...
I will try.
All right. I could probably find it too, but figure.
BadPad. Sorry. BadPadGame.com is what we got.
By the way, the idea of this is your gamepad, the buttons in your gamepad have come to life. Hence the name BadPad. I should probably point that out. And there's you saw that image of someone, there's a guy sitting there looking frightened on his couch. There's a screenshot of it somewhere. There we go. And he's tired, not frightened. It looked frightened at me. And that's the whole thing behind it. Anything else you want to talk about BadPad for?
No. Sorry, my people are doing things. Let me close my door real quick. One moment.
Smack him. In the meantime, open up this next game.
Sorry, maintenance is doing we're air hosing off the porch thing.
Holly says he doesn't own any game controllers because he's constantly afraid of that happening. I've never thought about it, but my Xbox controller might someday come alive and beat me to death. Who knows? Strangle me with its cord. All right. Well, speaking of strangling, it has nothing to do with this next game. It is called Spirit Sphere by, hopefully I pronounced this right, Endhorn Games. But there's 2 E's and 2 O's. So you tell me. Here we go. So that is Spirit Sphere by Indhorn Games. Hopefully that's how you pronounce
Oh
it.
my god, can I just say, like, okay, I love everything about this game. Literally everything. One of the first games that I played on the Game Boy Color, the first Game Boy that I bought with my own money, was Mario Tennis, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I never have played a tennis game since that has got me as interested. As soon as I saw the first thing like go through, I was like, oh, it's Pong meets tennis, but like RPG and awesome, and I'm like, holy cow!
So here's how
Go ahead.
they describe it. It's inspired by things like Zelda and Windjammers, and then mashes it with the feel of playing air hockey at your local arcade. So you're pretty on the nose actually with the RPG and Pong type of thing, or tennis. They say air hockey, but it's kind of the same general thing where you're trying to get it past the other person's line.
Right.
And it's cool though because it's not just that, but there's different stages that have varied mechanics or things that are going on. It's not just you hitting it back and forth. Depending on what stage you play on, there's a different gameplay, and you can play single player, but you can also play 2 to 4 people, so singles or doubles when you're playing, which is always fun to beat the shit out of your friends.
Right.
And then it's also interesting that you said that you mentioned Game Boy, because this was actually made for the Game Boy Jam Game Jam back in August 8th of 2015, and they just refined it further. And this is an example of why we wanted to do the Jam, because you develop games farther, and then you get cool things like this.
I'm so no worries. I'm literally like this. I love watching games like this. I'm going to see. It is available on Steam for $7.99.
Steal.
Yep. And it is not on sale at that. So, do me a solid. Go buy that.
Buy 4 copies of it so you can give some to your friends so you can play. It is, however, it is only local.
Yeah, it is local multiplayer, local co-op.
So you're gonna need some game pads. Sorry, Holly.
So yeah, it's.
Does anyone know how to pronounce? Is it Indhorn or Endhorn? I think it's Endhorn.
Yeah, I would say Endhorn or Horn. It is Windows only.
It is Windows only. So, sorry, Mac or Linux, but stop being a hipster.
Shush you. But yeah, if you wanna check it out, link in the stream right now. I just got paid at midnight last night, and
You're gonna play with your roommates?
I don't know. I
Oh
don't
no.
know.
Oh
Can I
man.
justify? I'm like, otherwise I'm gonna buy so many fucking games over this weekend. I have to decide. Like, this one's definitely on my top 10.
So,
Um,
speaking of things that are on the top
10.
list of some kind of thing,
Okay.
next game is called Orbox C by Progamix. So that is Orbox C. Orbox C is, first of all, it's a puzzle game taking place in space, where there's special blocks that, by the way, with 210 levels, I might add, of the puzzle.
Jesus.
And it has a really good difficulty curve. The point of the game is to it's like a sliding blocks game where you have to blow things up with bombs, break the ice, and collect all the orbs on the level. I also point out that this game was featured in a PC Gamer article. They ran an algorithm of some sort trying to find the top hidden gems. So basically games that don't get played enough based on the positive reviews that they get. So like games with really good reviews but not a whole lot of downloads were listed in this algorithm, and Orbox C was on that list. So hidden gem alert. Orbox C. Go get it.
One of the many games you may not have played.
If you're a puzzle game, this is definitely something that should be on your radar.
210 levels. Again, this is one of those ones where it's like
only $3, by the way. Only $3. So again, hidden gem should have gotten a bunch more downloads and should be getting it. So I'm hoping that people here will recognize that and help a dev out. That said,
we've been kind of going a little bit fast again.
Yeah, it's so maybe next year we'll add a few more games to the thing. We're trying to find a good balance between like too many games and not enough games. So,
yep.
But Orbox C, $3. It is only for Windows though, and I see people still arguing about Linux in chat. So sorry, sucker. Not that I'm like a huge Windows fan, but you know, that's kind of the standard.
No, it's just the most common. Standard is words have meaning.
Anyway.
We're gonna get into platform war.
I feel like this is the kind of game too that, with a lot of puzzle games that ramp up the difficulty over a large amount of levels like that, there's always that one point where I just feel stupid because I cannot get past it, whatever I do.
Then You have to try and find a walkthrough somewhere, and then
I
it sucks
won't ever do.
because
I'll just stop playing before I find a walkthrough, because that's like, not only am I ashamed by not being able to beat it, but if I have to go find a walkthrough, it's just like, I don't know. I'll just uninstall Steam. So, that is Orbox C Pro Gamix. Go purchase it for $3. That's fine because we're a little bit early, as he said. But
Yep.
if you'd like to see more of these games, go check out that straw poll that Rev linked in the chat. Because
and we'll link again.
Orbox C, I believe, is also one of those games that you can vote for.
Yep.
As many others. And coming up next will be live gameplay.